Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I worked out today, hardcore, back from my first real hardcore workout since the fasting, you know what I mean? Let's put the lemon into the water. I need to be super hydrated for the show right now. I let out a lot of sweat. Let's take a big sip. Let's decalcify the pineal gland. Main reason why we're here with the lemon water, decalcifying that pineal, getting yourself on another level. I'm telling you, lemon water and working out was the beginning of how I changed my life. Water, baby. The water of life, man. Water, 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 baby. Let's take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin this morning. And, you know, it doesn't matter what's happening in the markets. If you don't take care of yourself, No one's going to take care of you. If you're not doing the right thing for your body, your mind's not going to be on point. You know, these are important ideas to think about. All right. So just, you know, one thing to talk about out here while we're all hanging out every single day here on the live. Shout out to all my beautiful people. I love you all, and I thank you for jumping on in and hanging out with the lifer. Okay, 65,500 for Bitcoin. I saw a bit of a head and shoulder pattern. Didn't look like we were going to be able to make it above the key zone here. No, Sana looks hot to me, bouncing off the 786, though. I'll tell you that. But Bitcoin, I saw a shoulder ahead and a bit of a right shoulder there beginning to form. Someone said, no, but you had a flag here. I said, yeah, if we could get a short squeeze, but the 1 hour and the 4 hour did not look good. They don't. They're coming down on you, right? And the 1 hour just took a dump in the last 4 hours to the downside. So I'm not going to make a live trade right now. Monday is not my favorite day to trade. But I mean, at the end of the day, this looks somewhat bear flaggy to me. Like it may want to make a move down here to the downside and continue lower, possibly to 59,972. So this dump may not be over, all right, as much as people think it may or may not. Also, what I'm looking at here is a bearish retest. That's what I told my students. Looking like a bearish retest. If you can't get back inside the pattern, expect more downside. So we're going to break all this down for you. First, we're going to start on the weekly. We're going to get rid of the moving averages. And we're going to start with our top-down analysis like we do every single day here. The same thing over and over again. The consistency is how you will win in life, all right? We have a beautiful resistance here at 65,500, right? A beautiful supportive resistance level. We are now below that weekly support. 65.5 has now been lost here, and you don't want to close a weekly candle below this. We almost did. We got all the way back above it. So what we want is the end of the week, we want to just close above 65.5. And I know I've been saying that here. And again, I'm a broken record. This is how you trade. You set key levels, and as long as the weekly closes above them, you don't go bearish. You know what I mean? If you close below them, you flip bearish. It's a very simple way to trade. So Bitcoin getting a nice dump to the downside here on the morning and losing that key level of support and resistance. The 4 hour looks absolutely horrible. Wants to dump on us very hard as it's overbought and didn't get above a previous resistance. You have a low, you have a high, you have a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Unless you broke this high, you're in a downtrend. You would expect a lower low somewhere here at 59,900. That's just how trends work. You could be trying to put in some type of right shoulder or a double bottom. We'll see when we come to 63,400 what happens, but when you lose 65.5, it's likely you come to 63.3 and then all the way down to 59,000, 60,000. So we'll get back to the weekly though and show you what I see happening on the charts. So I didn't open up a long or a short this morning. I said it's highly volatile. Monday morning is the worst time to trade in my humble opinion, right? Unless you're well-versed and you want to get in and out, you know exactly what you're doing. Monday morning is a tough time to trade. I'll tell you that right now. If you're a beginner and you've been only trading for a few weeks to a few months and you decide that you're going to rip it up on Monday, you probably find out that Monday rips you up. Yeah, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just telling you the honest facts of trading here. And the best days to trade, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Thursday afternoon, really Tuesday and Wednesday. If you maintain those 2 days, like you spend all week mapping things out and getting ready, but you maintain those 2 days as your strong, go hard, heavy days, you'll see over time it will pay off. But again, you'd have to figure this out on your own, and it will take you some time to see. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Are you getting the notifications that I'm live? Just double checking. Are you getting a notification that I'm live? Let me know. Shout out to everybody here. Let's jump on in. All right. So the weekly loses this key level. We've come down to 63,003. We possibly come all the way down to $59,000. Let's go back into the 3-day chart, my go-to chart. And even the 3-day kind of has like a bit of a head and shoulder with a middle head. I've never really seen that, but resistance, heavy resistance at 71,650. Couldn't get it back above that key level. That's going to be the issue here. All right. Be careful, honey, okay? So these wicks are interesting. They do show there was extreme buy. People wanted to get down. And I'm in the middle, like, are we going to get a huge reversal here? Are we going to dump? It's hard to tell, to be honest with everybody. But right now, it looks more likely that we dump because we're not able to get above key levels. Like, you need Bitcoin to get back above 69,005, right? You need Bitcoin to get back above 68,000. Like, there's this key level. We're going to break it down on the daily. But right now, we're attempting to hold support here, right? On the 3-day chart, we'll see where this candle open. Yeah, 65.5. I mean, we're attempting to hold 65.5. That's just the key weekly level. Still, RSI still has a little more ways to go, too. It doesn't go all the way that low, though. It's pretty close to where it could go. And the stochastics are just crossing the dotted line, right? Not the best sign. Let's take a look at our daily time frame. On the daily, this is what we were looking at. We lost it. A bearish retest right there on the daily. Daily is also low, but I've seen it hang out down here for long periods of time. The RSI is in a pretty good spot, and the MACD is showing signs of a possible move. You have falling volume with falling price somewhat, so it does tell you that the sellers are slowly waning, and that could give us a bit of a movement for the bulls. So here's the deal. Is this a bear trap? Do we get back up inside of this diagonal trend line? For me, I am only bullish unless we get back inside. Once we get back inside, we can trade the pattern as if we never left it. Okay, so that's a key thing that I'm looking for. If we never get back inside this trend line, we never break this, right? And look, this could be a shoulder ahead, and this could be the right shoulder here. We could draw a neckline, and this may be, a dagger in the coffin here all the way back down to 52,000, right? So remember, that looks likely to me. Not saying it's guaranteed, but it is starting to look pretty likely. If we can't get back above this trend line, I would keep this trend line on your radar and be paying attention to what's happening. You also lost this high volume node. When you do that, you likely come test this, right? The next high volume node that you see. We'll take wick to wick here, or even just candle body, the lowest place to the highest place. And you can see Fibonacci here would take you somewhere to 59,000. And if you take the bigger move from wick to wick, the golden pocket sits right there at 51,800 for Bitcoin. It's all about 65.5 to me. We close a daily candle today about 65.5. We have a chance. All right. Shout out to everybody here. If you were in my trading group yesterday, I gave you this beautiful trade to the upside. Bang. Then it continued up on the 15-minute. And we had a beautiful, beautiful gain. That was the exact entry right there given to you in the trading group yesterday at 5:55. And you would have been in the gains by 7:14. Bang, bang, bang. Talked about Pro making a bit of a gain here in the flag. It did continue. Went all the way to 387 to the upside. 92% gains for Pro. So pretty cool to see that happening. And then Pangolin off the low. Did bump off the low. Now Pangolin actually dipping a little bit. We'll look at that later. But these are some of the hottest things. And then April 11, we also had that massive gain for Bitcoin. And anyway, Aerodrone continuing to hold gains. We gave you Aerodrone on the low many, many times. Props we gave you to before it went up 336%. Bobo, which is hot today. I'm going to talk about Bobo, one of the strongest coins I'm seeing in Gearbox. Made that 140% gain just last week. So what's going to happen this week, you never know. But there's definitely going to be opportunity. And if there is opportunity, we're going to find it. If there's a way to short, we're going to find it. If there's a way to long, if there's a coin, it doesn't matter. We are the opportunity, so we're going to find it, period. That's it. I'm convinced that I'm the opportunity. So if I convince myself that there's nothing less, then there is nothing less. That is what it is. You create your own reality by your belief systems. If you believe in yourself, then what? You believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then what? You don't believe in yourself. It's really simple. Some people say, but I'm depressed, lifer. I have a hard time, getting confidence. I always have negative self-talk. I don't believe in myself. How do I change that? What do I do? What did you do? How did you become successful? What was it that changed? And I tell them it was the mentality. It was the mind. But how do you change the mind when you're in a rut? Working out. Your body is you're a physiological being. Your brain is attached to the physical. In order for your brain to be optimal, you need to be working out. Blood flow, endorphins, hydration. These all come into play when it comes to becoming a successful person. I don't care what you're trying to do in life. Working out is the core basis point of becoming successful. In my humble opinion, that's how I broke out of depression. That's how I broke out of mental, negative self-talk. And that's how I pushed myself to the limit. So if you're having trouble becoming a good trader, it's probably because you're not working out. And I know you look at me like those aren't correlated. 100% they are. If you're not putting your brain in the optimal physiological form, then you're not going to have the best mental state to produce success in your life. It's very simple to me. So you got to take care of yourself. Number one, you got to work out. You got to stay hydrated. If you're drinking before you go to bed at night, if you're going out drinking, that's not inducive to working out the next morning. That's bad for all of your organs. Get rid of alcohol. Stop drinking it. Get rid of it. Why do you think alcohol is advertised at every single sports game? Are the players drinking alcohol in the field? No. Then why do they use sports to advertise? Really strange, right? Become a successful sports player, you don't drink alcohol. So why do they use sports to sell alcohol? Really weird, right? Like my channel talks about trading. So we affiliate and we sell products that associate with positive trading. Imagine if I started doing a Bud Light commercial. Out of control, right? So anyway, and I guess people make their money however they want. Like Jim Cramer, he did all this beautiful stuff in his life and now he sells alcohol. You know what I mean? His mezcal tequila or something. So he did all this stuff, made hundreds of millions. So he could just pour that into another company and use his notoriety to sell booze. I don't know, man. Whatever. Thou shalt not judge, right? I do me. He could do him. But I'm not with it. It's not my thing. I'm not going to make a fortune off booze. It's not going to be how I do it. So anyway, let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. I was thinking, like, even Warren Buffett, and someone could criticize me for this. He made all his money investing in Coca-Cola. A diabetes-causing, child obesity creating, probably cancer-inducing, just a horrible, horrible product. I wouldn't want to make my millions and billions of dollars investing in Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm not perfect. Maybe you could link me to some investment that wasn't perfect, so I won't be as critical. I get it. But I would try to at least clean up my portfolio in some way, shape, or form to be somewhat, human-friendly inducement. So anyway, I see this 4-hour pushing to the downside out of a bear flag, and I see a bearish retest here. The only way we kind of make it out of here, in my humble opinion, shoulder, is this: can we make some type of right shoulder that breaks us back inside the pattern? So I do see a pullback on the 4-hour time frame. Stochastics look uppity, you know what I mean, a little overbought here, and may want to take us further to the downside. All right. Blessings on everybody here for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for jumping on in. All right. Remember to put users in timeout. Don't just delete them. Put them in timeout for at least 24 hours. All right. Warren Buffett, drink a Coca-Cola every day. Moderation is your friend. Yikes. You're funny. Who wins it? The Marlboro Man, Spud McKenzie? Dude, Spud McKenzie, I grew up with a Spud McKenzie towel. All right. So, we were all about Spud McKenzie. But they used them to sell booze, didn't they? Yeah. Anyway. Coca-Cola is the best drink. I never drink it ever. I know, right? The best 8th filled high, drawing 34, 16 years, 7-3. What the heck, man? Trust in yourself. Since I started watching your stream, all I drink is lemon water. It'll change your life. Amen. I firmly believe soda's worse than Guinness. Guinness may have some more healthy properties than drinking soda. I don't know, though. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, so right now, I don't like what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour time frame. If I'm a bull, if I'm a bear, I'm excited for some gains. And look, even the 1 hour might be making here a right shoulder. Dumpy to the downside. You see what I'm saying? That's something that I'm looking at that looks highly likely. So that's something that's very, very possible. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. Bitcoin, right? So what's the deal? Where does Bitcoin? Bitcoin, number one, has to get back above this resistance at about 67. Is everything okay? At about 66,750. If you can't break back above that, expect more downside. So struggling over here for BTC. Pretty flat on a Monday morning. Everyone thought the Hong Kong ETF would save us. It was approved, but it was not launched. Maybe it'll take a week. Maybe it'll take 2 weeks. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. All right. Conor McGregor put all his martial arts profits into his new whiskey brand. It's contradictory to me. Amen. But hey, they know whiskey sells. And some people like alcohol, and so they see no problem with it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, man, my dad was an awesome guy, but when he drank, he wasn't the best. You know what I mean? I love my dad, but alcohol didn't do well for my family. I'll tell you that right now. I definitely think we would have had some better nights if alcohol was not involved. So anyway, I was told the six-pack has the same value as pork chop and a cup of mashed potatoes. Yeah, right? I clean the loo. Yeah, people clean things with Coca-Cola. Amen. You can clean your rims. You can clean your rims with it. If you clean your rims with it, imagine that. All right. And I'll tell you what, people think marijuana is even better, but over time, marijuana will eventually deteriorate your throat and hurt your lungs. I'm telling you right now, no one wants to hear that either. You know what I mean? I'm sure the plant is medicinal, can be used in the right purposes, but I believe smoking it is probably really bad for your throat and your chest. All right? I have no idea from experience. Shout out to everybody here. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Honestly, nothing's better than being pure and asking God for the power that you need. You know what I mean? Because God will provide it all. You need nothing else but God and yourself and your ability to push forward. Anyway, let's get into these charts. So the 15-minute is the saving grace here. The smaller time frames, can they bounce off this trend line to the upside? Look, that was a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder that dumped. It's so simple. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside, right? And that was your measured move. Bing, bing, bing. I was working out today. I worked out from about 9:15 to 9:55. It was an amazing workout. I love it. Yeah. Good morning. Life is killing me. Yeah. It's like being a light smoker. Now, I'll be honest, I smoked marijuana for 30 years of my life, man. I did. Every single day. All right? So don't tell me about pot. All right? So trust me, no one smoked more than I did. Believe you me. All right? I was a Rasta, bro. 10 times a day for literally 25 years. So don't tell me, because some guys say, you know what I mean? It's funny, right? Devil's lettuce. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so here, the 15-minute doesn't look amazing. The 7-minute, yeah, it does calm you down if you have ADHD. I will give you that. But if we work out, we can find other ways to do that. Anyway, I'm not here to preach. I love you all. Have a great day. I'm not trying to be, horrible. And my favorite time of day with the dude. Shout out to Tyler James. We love you, man. I thought this was about crypto. Yeah. It is. Look. So here, we're looking for this right shoulder now on the 7-minute. So we'll get a bounce. We'll come up. If you do not. So I'm not getting into a long today, literally until later on in the afternoon. Or unless Bitcoin breaks 68,000. Like 68K to me would be a legit place to look for some type of bounce further up to take out this point of control here for Bitcoin. If we can't get back above this level here at 66,000, I'm going to key your key points here. 66,800, you must get back above it to remain bullish. Super important you get back above this level. All right. Anyway, man, I don't care what you guys do. If you smoke, whatever you do. If you smoke, you drink, I don't care. I love y'all. You do whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? The kids nowadays don't know the struggles of Token in the 90s. You know what funny? 4 days away from the halving. Are we banging? I don't know. It all depends, man. The halving usually isn't a pump event, honestly. It's usually kind of flat. Things just happen, right? Halving soon. Let's free you go. Yeah. So here's the deal. Let me ask you guys a quick question. All right? What's your favorite coin? If you had to pick one coin, what would it be? What would the one coin you want to get into, what would it be? I have a problem typing after I work out. It's like my arms are jello. He says Matic. They say ADA. The Lifer coin. I like that. Sol, Caspa, Gagon, Arrow, CHR, Render, Cellcoin, ICP, Atom, VeChain, Kronos, Caspa. If I had to choose one, Caspa, Arrow, Fetch, Arrow, Orange coin. Someone asked today, is Arrow still a good buy? Honestly, that's a question you got to ask yourself. We don't know where you're at in life. We don't know what you're doing. I see some Bitcoins up in there. Arrow Sauce. I like that. Slurf, huh? He would get into Slurf. ONDO, baby. ONDO. All right, and we're going to talk about some coins that I would like to add to my portfolio, I already have them in my portfolio, but I'd like to add a little bit more to them. It does look like we may get some lower lows there for Bitcoin back to 60,000 though, and I may be able to scoop these coins up even lower. We don't know that for sure. So what I do is I do a dollar cost average. Dollar cost averaging is when you buy a certain amount of a coin at certain times, little by little, and you build a bag. That way, over time, you're never truly down. You buy the reddest days possible whenever you DCA. I DCA over at my favorite exchange here, MEXC. You can get a MEXC account KYC'd by using an RNSID. RNSID, a digital ID on the blockchain. All right? Go to RNSID today and check it out. Get yourself a Palau ID. It'll blow your mind. You'll be able to KYC on KuCoin, MEXC, and all the places around the world. You'll feel like you can talk to customer service, and it'll be just a nice feeling. You won't feel like, you're identified by the staff. I like that idea. You do whatever makes you happy. Some people don't. Okay? So I have $9,500 right here that I would like to start deploying into the market. Now look at this. MEXC token strong. Super strong off the bounce on 5. The first thing I'm going to look at is Rio. Actually, hold up. Token 5. I really like this coin. All right. Right now I own about $1,800 of the coin. I'd like to double down on that right now and add to the stash. I'm going to keep more though in case we do go lower. because there's a chance that we really do. So I'm going to buy $1,800 right now worth of TokenFi. I'm going to market buy it. All right, look at this. Buy TokenFi 1,800, bang. And look at the market buy. You can see the order history on the market buy. 11,435. Look at that. Not too bad. It's 11,388. Went a little high against the market, but I don't really care. Okay, so there's some TokenFi added. Now I'm going to keep, I would like $3,000 in it, or maybe even $4,000 more. So I'm going to add 1,800 at different times. Another coin that I'm looking at is GFI, Goldfinch. These coins, I believe, can both do a 30x at least from what I'm looking at. If they can go to a $1 billion market cap, they can 10x. They can go to $3 billion, even more. So, pretty interesting idea, right? So now I'm going to buy myself a little GFI here at 419. Took a dip down to 3 and did bounce back. I've grabbed a little bit, but I'd like to grab a little bit more. $1,800 into GFI market. All right. And that was my market buy that sparked me to 420 there at 2.8. You see that? I got to get it down. I don't have the time to limit. All right. Now what I'm going to do is put small orders down at $3 and stuff like that to see if we can catch a limit order. So then what I'll do is I'll put in here, right? I'll click on here. I'll go to limit. I'll click on here and I'll go to like 311. And I'll put $1,800 down, right? And if we ever hit 311 there, I'll have a limit order waiting at 311 for 578 GFIs, right? You see that? That'll sit there and waiting as an open order. It won't open until we hit that key level. You understand? Some people don't understand this stuff. You know what I mean? And then I like Rio. So ONDO's also on my radar as well. ONDO's strong. So I'm going to be buying another $1,000 worth of ONDO right now and adding that to my portfolio. I already have 5,000 ONDO. I'm going to add a little bit more. So you can see I have about $5,000 of ONDO already. I'm going to be adding a little bit more right now. I'm going to buy ONDO, and I'll show you how to limit here. You just go higher than the limit. Hit 1,000. Buy ONDO, and we should be able to get a limit order pulled in there. And yeah, open order. ONDO didn't get filled all the way. It didn't get filled, see? Wow, they bumping it up. Someone's trying to buy it on me. Look at that. There's a market order at 99. Interesting. Someone's setting 99, but look, the orders aren't there. There we go. We got picked up. I got my order there for ONDO. And so now I have $3,000 left to deploy, all right, into the other, and then I have the 1,800 in waiting. And so what I can do too is I can go to, so it's between RHO, Token, and GFI. Those are my 3 coins, and ONDO. Those are my 3 real-world asset coins. You got to pick your coins and stick to them. And if there's something new coming out, so be it, all right? But you got to learn to deploy assets when the market isn't amazing, all right? So bang, bang, bang. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm showing you, and I'm keeping $3,000 on the till in case we do go lower, all right? And that's how I deploy capital when everybody's not paying attention and freaking out. And again, it looks like we may go lower, and I will get those cheaper prices. So I have another $9,000 in waiting to back up that $9,000. I would never put $9,000 in if I didn't have $9,000 in waiting. You get it? I back up my DCAs with the exact amount. That way, if we go down 50%, even 100%, I can double down at that key level. Now, if we never go there, I never deploy the $9,000. The $9,000 goes into a safe. You know what I mean? And this is how again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say to do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Shout out to the 1,600 people here on the live, 343 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay. Correction, your broker has $9,000 and they owe you $9,000. No, what are you talking about? I own the US Tether. Yeah, I don't have the $9,000 in there, man. I don't know what you're talking about. So, anyway. My due diligence is listening to the live, yeah. Sam about to get rowdy, baby. I love you, man. So, can we get out of this hole we're in on the 7-minute? Can the 7-minute save the day? It's weird. We're in waiting right now. We're like sideways, just flat. Just blip, blip. It's like watching paint dry today. Clintex looks prime like many altcoins. Chainlink. Crypto rules. Everything around me. Cream. Amen. Most people use Coinbase. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, we're bouncing hard. Nice little bounce there off the 7-minute. 7-minute, maybe want to get busy here. So let's take a look at what's happening on the 7-minute. You got this beautiful falling wedge. Okay. It's a broadening falling wedge. It gets wider, right? I've seen these. You could say, okay, this is it. We just we dipped out of it twice, but this really was the wedge. We left it, we came back. We left it, we came back. We want to bounce back to the upside. I've done this many times. It's a weird kind of strategy that I've used, but I have seen it play out a couple times. Let's see if the 7-minute can get us a short squeeze back to the upside. We desperately need to get above 66,800 to remain bullish. All right. 66,800 is the word to remain bullish. Now, I'm moving to Florida, everybody. How hot is it? See, this is the thing. People say, why didn't you wait? You know, I could have stayed here in Cape Cod all summer long in the beautiful weather and my favorite place to be. But my wife's pregnant and she can't fly whenever she wants. There's like a cutoff when she can't fly. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with everybody. I see more downside. I see the 4-hour pushing us further down. I see a dump coming out of this bear flag, likely down to 60,000 or to test 63,275. The only thing I'm giving you hope is on the 7-minute. Could the 7-minute somehow, shift? But it just looks unlikely to me. Based on what I'm seeing here, there's a low, there's a high, there's a low, there's a lower high, and you're overbought on the 4-hour time frame. This suggests that you are going lower. Your 8-hour 200 SMA is going to be the big thing that you want to pay attention to. If we lose the 8-hour 200 SMA, all right, we're going to be headed down to the 12-hour 200 SMA at about 56,000. If we lose that, we're headed to the 22, which is around that same area. And if we lose that, we're going to the daily 200 SMA. And I've showed you guys this many, many times. We may stop at this point of control at 52,000. And by that time, this may move up. But it does look like we have a date with 52K, and it seems like it's coming. I could be wrong, right? But again, I'm just showing you what the odds are here. This is a bear flag. You're overbought on the stochastics RSI, and you're likely coming further to the downside. So, look, you just lost the 7-minute 200 SMA, which is usually a sign for a short. If this can close below it, you're likely going to continue to the downside. Like this here, a little bit of a dip. Now, you could hold this high or this low. That's okay. So 63,000 would be our next target. Boom, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a massive long squeeze right here, right back down to 63,500. You know, the 4-hour the 7-minute had a chance to start ripping. And it also is false move Monday. Expect to move down and to move right back up. The volatility is brutal on a Monday, so just be careful. Pay attention. Sammy, just lie to me and tell me it's going up. I know that's what you want to hear. I know you want me to tell you guys that it just rips and we only go to the upside, but that's just not what happens. All right? I see more downside coming for Bitcoin all the way to this point of control. All right? That's what my system tells me. When you lose the 200 and this high volume node, you go through the gap right down to this POC. We're headed to the POC, my friends. All right? That's what's happening. And then if you got BOOKMAP, it deployed to 62,802. That's our big level of liquidity waiting for us. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of bearish news, and then 58,000 is waiting. So I see 58K likely coming. You know what I mean? But anything is possible. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. All right? Blow on it, Sammy. Somebody says, I highly doubt we hit 55K, but that's you thinking, man. Right? What do the charts convey? Yeah, it's what the charts tell you, man. It's not what you think, bro. I don't want to think we hit 52K too. My mind doesn't want any of this to happen. You get it? You know? My mind doesn't want any of this stuff to happen. All right? Caught 9% on NEO USD today. Nice job, man. It seems 58K on the way, but we all don't know what's going to happen or not. Tough Monday. Amen. Fundamentals don't matter. The charts only matter. Amen. OKX matches as example. Fundamentals don't. Yep. Now I wanted a low, but I agree. 60K was too shallow. Maybe if we dip down to 55, 59, we'd be set to blast afterwards. Always up after filling CME. Yeah. Let's take a look at the CME gap that we did fill, and let's talk about that. You go to the Bitcoin futures here, or you just hit all and go to CME. So let's take a look at what's happening. I mean, we closed that gap. A little bit of a gap, but I don't know, man. To me, it's all... I don't see any gap closing here. So I don't know what people are talking about. Yeah, I don't see anything. Anyway. I hope Bitcoin gets to 48,000 to 52K. I have buys waiting for it. Yeah. See, look, every coin, I put these out to the trading group, but I said Bitcoin has to play. If Bitcoin falls off, these are all going to fall to the downside. It's going to get pretty worse, right? I mean, you got a chance you're going to hold this double bottom here. See, this previous support is resistance, which was the neckline of the inverted head and shoulder we played last night to the upside. We gave you this right shoulder last night for a beautiful move. Unbelievable. After a crazy, stressful day yesterday. Yeah, but I mean, it's so likely you're headed down to this POC. Once it bounces back in shape here, right there. Yep. Is it going to actually go? I don't think so. The accounts should be right up to remote chief. Like when I got paid, it was remote chief.
You can endorse it, right?
No. Once this leaves, we go all the way down here to the point of control. I'm telling you, I showed you the loss right here. Yeah, I told you a short is the most probable thing. You can fight me if you want. I'm just showing you the charts. All right. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And let's take a look at our weekly chart and break it down again. Let's look at our key levels that matter. So look, you wicked off of 213. You bounced off for 20 billion back into the market. I mean, that's $20 billion from 210 to 220, right? Pretty amazing. This is 2.3 trillion beans. Trillions of dollars in this market, which is, I remember when it was 6-7 years ago when we were talking about how much money would get deployed. So to me, the 21-day moving average looks like it's coming for price action. But we already kind of wicked too nicely, but we may kind of fall down a little bit more to 213, but it looks like we may hold that support. If we lose support, we're headed down to 1.896. And if we lose that, we're headed right down to this big note at $1.62 trillion. We did have a golden cross. Usually you don't have a massive dump after that. A little bit of a pullback can happen. So what I'm looking for is for this key level to hold. We did wick off of it already, which is pretty strong, 2.145. We take the Fibonacci from wick to wick. It does say that we could get all the way down to 1.91 at the golden pocket, or maybe even lower at the 786. So total market cap, key levels to watch. And you lost this support of resistance, and now you have resistance right where this candle closed right here. See, that's going to be a key resistance right there. That's $2.39 trillion. Okay, $2.39 trillion on the move. So this is kind of what I'm watching, and it suggests that we do probably fill this flag out. You know, your bullish scenario is you do something like this and you make an ascending triangle. You bounce here to the upside. How would we bounce? Let's take a look. Do we have any hidden bullish divergence on like the 3-day or the daily time frame? Hidden bullish is when the chart has a swing low to a swing high to the upside without any interference in the middle of the swings. But then the same swing low to swing low is a movement to the downside. That is, it's a little weird, to be honest, with the wickage in the middle, but it is a slight feeling of hidden bullish. It has the hidden bullish vibe. So it's not all bearish right now. There is some signs of hope for Bitcoin. So now we just came right down to 66,680. That was our key support. And we bounced off it. If we lose this, we're dropping right down to the point of control. Once you see a red candle below this line, very likely you're going to drop all the way down to 64K. And look, 777s now. It was just 64 777s. So I woke up this morning. I said, if the 7-minute can't break us out, it's unlikely. The 7-minute gave us a little bit of a move, but made a right shoulder. The 7-minute couldn't get above its previous support as resistance. It SR flipped that to the down, flip it upside down, right? That's an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. It played out. And then you get above the 200 SMA and you continue to pump. You've now lost the 200. I tell you, when you lose the 200 on the 7-minute, you're going to the downside. Period. Okay? Understand these concepts. I show them every single day. I talk about them. Now we're headed down to the point of control. You get it? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bear news. I'm sorry to tell you what's going to happen. I'm sorry to be the best predictor in the game here, but this is what's happening. The charts tell me what's likely going to happen every single day, and they're like 90% accurate. All right? Okay, everybody, thank you for jumping on in. Please, if you're making gains in the short, I don't like the short, but if you're making gains in the short, let me know if you're making some gains in the short right now. But be careful, they could rip this right back up. It is a false move Monday. Just be careful. However, this does tell us that we have liquidity further to the downside. All right. Total market cap. Got to get this bounce here, or we're going further down to test $2.13 trillion. All right. Movie marketing that shaped my life. The Japanese guy, the Revenge of the Need, who rides the tricycle punting. All the board. I don't know, man. 150% in shorts, 100 leverage, stop loss set at 30%. Amen. Gotta go bid a job. Good luck, holders. Think of the price action as the ball bouncing. Don't get worried till the ball pops. Act like an egg and splats. You're funny. I was setting it up, but it went down too fast for me. Amen. You'll get better at getting quicker at your setups. But there you go, baby. You knew it was dropping. I mean, I've taught you this I've taught all of you this. Right? The discipline to not trade when you know what's going to happen is the next set of discipline. You know what I mean? Look at that nasty drop to the downside for Bitcoin. Headed right to the next volume node and headed to my next target. And now you've lost this bear flag, and this bear flag has to move all the way down to 60,000. You remember, your 4 hours pressing on you. Whenever you see a pump, zoom out and see what bigger time frames taking over. You see bearish engulfing candles in the 4 hour and the stochastics are high, you're likely going way, way lower. So that's why I didn't deploy all my capital, and that's why I'm keeping it on the sidelines there, and I'm not going all in with the 9K. America dumps the price as usual. Oh, the shock. Would it be smart to set along at the POC? I don't do stuff like that. Buyers always hope for lower prices. I mean, this is a beautiful thing to get Bitcoin lower than 75, 70. When it was at 72, 75, it's like you can't buy Bitcoin anymore. You just can't. You know what I mean? For me, personally, I can only buy the red days for Bitcoin. That reminds me, I might also add a little bit of BTC to my bag while I'm here. It can never hurt, in my humble opinion, to add a little bit of Bitcoin to the game. About 750, not a huge buy. But, you know, if I do that 10 times in the next, 10 days, that's going to be $8,000 of Bitcoin. It's going to be a whole eighth of a Bitcoin, right? So I just add a little bit, and that went through really nicely and easily. In the order history, we just bought some Bitcoin at about 64,422. All right. But Lifer, you said it's going down and you just bought. Yes, because I'm DCAing for the long haul. And because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. Right? 7 minute is extremely overbought. Could it get a bounce? Unlikely. Now we go to the 1 minute and the 30 second to see if we see bear flags, and we don't even have a flag yet. So like the 30 second chart is still in free fall. Until you flag out, it at least goes sideways for our next move down, and then we hit the target at 63.3333. Look at that, 63.3333. What are the odds of that? All right. Liver House TIA looking, a lot of those coins will get a bit of a dead cat bounce, but then if Bitcoin continues down, they're going to go lower. And it's a shame, right? I'm not trying to annoy people and get them teed off here. I'm just trying to show you the facts every single day so you can understand what's happening. Yeah, so TIA wicked off of the 618, but it's still got a red candle, right? It's still coming up on the daily with not a lot of movement. The 4 hours probably overbought like Bitcoin and pushing to the downside, and you did not get back above a previous high. A quick bounce just means retail bounce back in, but there could be lower lows, man. I see this thing possibly going to the 786 at $5 or test it, you know what I mean? It's always going to go lower than you think it will. That's the one thing that I found out in my trading career. It always goes lower than you think it will. Whenever you're like, this has to be the bottom. I've heard that so many times. Just be careful, everybody. I got in so early that a lot of my projects are still up huge. So it is what it is. Let's take a look at our baby Wild, which was at like 89, 98, right? Still holding 95 after a massive dip down and dip back up. Let's take a look at what I see happening for Wilder World. And you guys know I love this project. I've been buying it throughout the entire bear market. I made it like my metaverse puppy, my baby, right? So here's the deal. If you lose this trend line, that's no good. You're going to come further down. Pull a Fibonacci here. Bit of a double. That's cat ears right there, right? And it did play out. You wicked off the golden pocket, 706 key, secret FIP. But the 4 hours overbought again. I mean, the 4 hour says it's going to just destroy this entire market. I hope that doesn't happen, but that's what we're seeing. 64,500 for Bitcoin as we continue lower. Right? We did get as low as 64,250 though. Now we look for the bullish divergence on the 1 minute, right? 30-second chart. That's going to how we stop the pain here. And there's a nice bullish div there. It's not amazing, but this is a sharper downtrend than that. They will intersect. Let's take a look at our 1 minute time frame. Not amazing. Let's look at our 5 second. A little bit of bullish div there as this moves up. While that moves down, there's a little bit of 5 second bullish divergence, but look, you got rejected right here. Bounce, resistance, resistance. So even on the 5 second, you must get back above 64,700 to remain bullish. To me, that was just like a fake out. It looks like it's bullishly retesting though. See that? Boom, like a bullish retest. Look, that was a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that played out to the upside. Look at that. You see that? That's a 5 second scalp. Shoulder, sorry. Stop that. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Measured move is this here to here. And that's how you got the move to the upside there. Just crazy how even the smaller time frames tend to play out here. Even the smaller time frames agree that there's more downside coming. I gotta get rid of this for now because you can't see what I'm talking about. And now you're super bearish. Look at that. And you know what happened too is Hong Kong got approved but not launched. And I think people thought the launch was gonna save the day or something. I just firmly disagree with that statement, So lines drawn wrong. Coming handy to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. I'll tell you what. Jimi Hendrix played the guitar upside down. Everyone told him he played it wrong. He did it his own way. I do TA my own way. I don't follow everybody else. And honestly, I'm accurate as sauce. So you do whatever makes you happy. Keep coming back. I don't care. If you show up and you get knowledge from me, it is. Do you want to get the same knowledge from all the same people? No. You got to get different knowledge from different places. And I'm Sammy Cup and Handy, bro. Nobody else uses the cup and handle the way I do in the entire world. In the entire world. There's no one else called Sammy Cup and Handy. You could find the person. I don't know if they exist. So I got a nickname off of using technical analysis because I made so many people money around the world, man. And we've taught so many people the status and the ideas here. So we've spread too much knowledge and helped too many people, right? So anyone that denies it is just denying literally the facts of life. So this is a bear flag too, likely going to continue further to the downside. Just is what it is. Okay? Masa coming to Mexi tomorrow. We talked about Masa like 2 months ago, right? So, rising wedge in the 1 hour broke down. Inverse on US Tether falling wedge. Yeah, let's take a look at the other inverse assets. Let's look at the DXY. DXY is at a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You see that? It's kind of in this and again, if Bitcoin takes a tumble, the DXY looks good above the 200 SMA, right? Above 106. I'll show you something that I kept talking about on the DXY that nobody mentioned. That was really obvious to me, but nobody mentioned it. Nobody. Not one person, except for me. Here, look. This was our rally. December 16th we started, and that was the length of the DXY's dump. All right? I mean, you get a few years of loveliness. And that was big. Look, that was Bitcoin, the 2017 rally. And then look, February and January, the alts ran. And then that was the end of the rally. Okay. Here we were again with another similar length of time. That was our 2020 rally. And then we just had a massive rally. Like, we just had a massive rally. Like, a lot of coins are up big. You know what I mean? It's interesting to me. And so we would have to double the downward trend. This would be the first time in crypto's history that the dollar would do a double dump compared to how much it went, right? You see it? I mean, it did it there. It did. So this is interesting. And that's when I saw this, I started saying, like, I don't know if there's more left in the dollar to dump on us. Like, they're going to raise the dollar again, and then what are we going to do then? So this had me wary, too, that there was going to be a bigger pullback. All right? Also, the Bitcoin was away from the 21-day moving average on the weekly. I said that over and over and over again till I was blue in the face. All right? I love the cup and handle pattern on the new low caps. They tend to respect well. Oh, they do great. The dude on Discover Crypto, I think his name is Dizzy. He used the cup and handle. I was the dude you got. You're so crazy, man. I used to go on that show and I taught them it all, man. Come on, man. You know me and Dizzy go back, bro. I was on that show every single week. I was on that show every single week, sometimes twice a week, showing my strategies. Yeah. You can ask Dizzy yourself. You can go ask Dizzy yourself. He'll tell you. And I met DZ in person. You know what I mean? I don't like to get into that whole thing. I don't like to talk about it. That whole debacle, man. You know what I mean? It's a mess. So anyway. You can see that the weekly has a resistance here on the DXY. But once it pierces that tight moving averages, I mean, the weekly looks beautiful right now. Moving average is super tight, above the 200 SMA. It is a symmetrical triangle, right? So you could say, fine, it could go either way. But what I'm seeing looks pretty bullish to me. 3-day chart's getting a little high. That's the only thing. 3-day chart's getting a little overbought, but it has momentum with some bearish divvy. So if the DXY breaks back above 107, like, we're probably in for some more downside as this is going to pump up to 114. And then start getting back to, like, the highs it had before, which is very, very strange. We also had this deployed, and we waited, and we watched it for a long time. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And that could go further to the downside, right? So the whole chart is a cup and handle zoom out. That's what I said. Yeah, we've already gone over that many times, Crypto Arena. Come on, start watching the show, man. You can't repeat things that I already repeated, but I get it. American entrepreneur William J. O'Neill defined the cup and handle in his 1988 classic, How to Make Money in the Stocks. Isn't that amazing? He was the first guy to find the cup and handle. Look at that. I love that. New ways to trade the cup and handle. See? William O'Neill's How to Make Money in the Stocks. How to Make Money in the Stocks with highlights and cup and handle chart patterns. Dude, I just used the cup and handle to make so many gains. It's amazing. Look, 64,140. I told you we were going lower. And this thing is child's play to me, figuring out where Bitcoin's going to do. It's so simple to me. 200 SMA, get lost, you're going down. It's so simple to me. Like, you don't really have to do anything else. I don't know why people try to reinvent the wheel. Like, I see so many people watch me. I tell them exactly how to trade it. They trade it 100 other ways. It's okay. It's all right. But, like, I didn't wake up today and say, let's go long. I said the 7-minute could get us out of this, but it doesn't look likely. I said, your only chance is the 7-minute. I told you right where we were going. I told you once you lost that 200 SMA on the 7-minute, we would go further to the downside, and we did. I see 63,000 coming for Bitcoin, 63,350 as we're headed lower. And that's a bigger target, too, all the way down to about 60K. That'll be lower than our previous low. There's a chance that can hold, but I'm just giving you the measured move here on the 7-minute time frame. 7-minute was our guide today to kind of show us what was likely going to happen as we were about to lose 64K and go further down. And then you'd wait for some type of reversal pattern like a bullish div on the 1-minute. You don't really see it. Like, this is just collapsing further down, and then this was like a little bear flag that just dumped on you. Measured move to the downside, you see? And there you have it as we collapse to 63,900. Who's making money in the short right now? Someone should be full. You guys should be full blown in that short, making gains right now. I told you exactly how to play it to the downside. If you mention Gerda one more time, man, just please don't do it. It's garbage, man. Anyway, crushing it. I need to get off this roller coaster ride. Have a blessed day, everybody. I don't know how to short. It's not that hard. Go open up a demo account on MEXC and learn how to short with us. We'll teach you the way. There's a bit of a bullish divvy here now, as this is a swing down, and that's a swing up. That could be the, could try to end this, and then what you need is an inverted head and shoulder to stop the pain and get us back above this key point of control at 65.5. But we just took a nasty dump to the downside all the way to about 63,720 for Bitcoin. All right. The VRVP is your friend in shorting. Yes, you lose this, you go to the gap. You lose this, you go further down to the value area lows. You use this yellow, blue graph on the right side of my screen here, the VRVP. All right. You're forgetting it's tax day. Red always. It's funny. Today is tax day. Your taxes are due. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Decrypted.tax that is sponsoring the channel during tax season. Crypto Lifer special pricing. Enjoy 25% off the standard pricing for full service tax preparation services by mentioning you heard about us during the initial consultation. So say, hey, I'm a lifer, and you will get 25% off. Also get a free consultation. You can't get this anywhere else. Ask questions that are that are on your mind, that are making you worry, worry doesn't exist. But if you're bothered or concerned about something inside of your portfolio, get a free consultation, ask the questions that are needed, and get it done today. All right. We're getting a bit of a short squeeze now up to the upside, 64,360, a nasty little short squeeze, as there's a bunch of people that went short hard right now, and they're getting liquidated. All right. This is BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description. Okay. And BOOKMAP will show you where we're likely going to go. There is a huge liquidity down here at 62.6. Likely we're headed lower. And then all the way down to $59,000 and $58,000. And when you see this movement here and you get that liquidity, it's just very likely we're going to go lower down to 59,000, in my humble opinion. Only time will tell. We're getting a bounce back up right now on that divergence. All right, so the bullish divergence bounced. Can this inverted head and shoulder begin to change the way that we're going for the day? I expect a false move on Monday. But now look, bounce off support, resistance. You find your local support or resistance on the 1 minute, and you say, hey, if we're going to rip all the way back up and go to 70K and all that nonsense, you're going to have to get back above 64,700 to remain bullish, 692. If you don't get back above 64,692, expect more downside. You see, my friends? So I would be cautious of that move. I'd be very wary of it. And there's a chance that we do go lower. So if you can't get back above 67, I wouldn't even think about a long if you don't get above 64.8. There'd just be no point in it. All right? That's your big, you got to get above that to even consider yourself trying to be bullish. Okay? So far, the bullish divergence did kick in. Once we recognized it, you could see we did get a bounce back to the upside here for Bitcoin. I would be smart and take my profits on a Monday if I was already in the game. All right. I was shorting 100x. Can you look at Palantir stocks, please? Aren't they going out of business or something? Bitcoin to 105K. I don't want to start rumors. Hammer candle, bang it out. You're funny. There we go. Can we get back above? So look, we're looking for this inverted head and shoulder to save the day here for Bitcoin and stop the bleeding. Shout out to the 1,927 people here on the live, 530 likes, $5 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for being here with me every single day, no matter how tough it is. There's money to be made. That was opportunity right there. There was gains to be had right there, for sure. Let's talk about my key strategy for shorting BTC, why I love it, how I use it, and why I believe it is just so absolutely amazing. We're going to take a look at the perp here on MEXC, BTCUSD.P, okay? And I'm going to show you how we deploy moving averages to make gains. What I like to do too is just go up here and just add 1 MA. Moving average simple. See that? Click on it. And SMA, a simple moving average, right? Turn it to 200, give it yellows. Make it extra thick. When the 4-hour lost to 200, you open up a short immediately with a stop on the other side. Gone, baby, gone. All right? Simple. Let's delete all our old work and just take a look. And make sure that yellow line intersects the same yellow line. These are my other moving averages that I add in, They create a bit of a band or a ribbon in a say. It's an SMA ribbon, really, is what I'm using, a simple moving average ribbon. Everyone else uses an EMA ribbon. EMAs, what's the difference between an EMA and an SMA? An EMA puts more weight in the last 4 or 5 days than the SMA does. What is a moving average? 21 days. We take the end of the daily time and we add those days up. So it's like if there's 21 kids and they were all different ages. We would take their age, 7, 6, 5, 9, right? And then divide by 21. We get the median age. So it's just a medium. It's just, in statistics, it's the median. So if you know your statistics and you took statistics in high school like I did, then you understand exactly what the simple moving average is. That's why all the things we took in school and the math that we did learn does come into play. School wasn't all so bad. Everyone says school was the worst. I mean, it didn't teach you how to be an entrepreneur, but if you went to a good enough school, you definitely had some basis and foundation. All right, everyone? I am very proud of where I went to school. I'm very proud of my education. Extremely. I went to Boston Latin School, all right? It was a public exam school. You had to take a test to get in, even though it was a public high school, all right? It was the oldest public high school in the United States, okay? You understand? So, you know what I mean? The oldest, the motto is Summus Primi, Latin, for we are first. This is a double entendre referring to both the school's date of founding and its academic stature. Boston Latin has a history of pursuing the same standards as elite New England prep schools while adopting the egalitarian attitude of a public school. Academically, the school regularly outperforms public schools in affluent Boston suburbs, particularly as measured by the yearly MCAS assessment. Brooklyn Latin School was founded in New York City, explicitly modeled after Boston Latin, borrowing much from its traditions and curriculum. Washington Latin School was founded in D.C., and you know what? There's a guy that moved to Colorado, from Colorado to Sarasota, and he started the classic school, where he took a lot of this stuff from, I'm telling you, he must have known about Boston Latin. They teach Latin for 6 years there, and that's where my daughter will be going when we move to Sarasota. So her education is going to be top-notch, man, when I head to Florida, and I'm super excited. So anyway, in this school, you have to take Latin for 5 years. I decided to take it for 6. I threw the extra year on. Why not? You see what I'm saying? This was started in 1935 in the town of Boston on April 23rd, man. It was modeled after the Free Grammar School of Boston in England under the influence of Reverend John Cotton. This is the oldest public high school in the United States. All right? This is where I went to school, man. Boston is where education began. We have more colleges. It is the education hub of the United States in a way. So anyway, I'm not trying to brag, but I am bragging about my education. I went, and it was hard. I almost failed out of the school. It was very hard. A lot of kids, I wasn't the smartest kid I wasn't the most. I was smart. I wasn't disciplined. Two different things. You can be really smart and lack discipline, and your intelligence won't get you anywhere. My dad used to say some of the smartest people are in prison. My dad used to tell me that all the time. He said, I know some smart guys that are in prison. Some of the smartest people are doing time, he said. I don't care how smart you are, you must be disciplined, right? What if you're super smart, but you have anger problems and you bug out while you're driving, you get pulled over, you get road rage, and you have to go, you go to jail for some nonsense, right? It's not too smart, is it? Now, you could do math and you could be like the best brainiac in the world and you may be able to physics major, but if you don't have discipline, you're going to have problems. 1635. Yes, 1635. Did I say something different? Sam, thank you for the tax reminder. Just filed an extension. If you didn't say something, I would have totally forgot. See? I went to public grade school and grade first, but I slacked in high school. Yeah. Greetings from Walpole. Kudos to you, Sam. BLS is super tough to get into. Amen, man. Thank you. I was super smart and screwed up high school. Exactly. Tesla sacked 14K employees. Main battery executive has resigned. Wow. Honestly, the batteries are sketchy when it comes to electric cars. Also, my wife researched electric cars. Maybe this isn't true. I don't know. But she said they're like sitting inside of a microwave and they're extremely bad for you. I don't know if that's true. You guys can figure it out. I don't know. I made the difficult decision to move on from Tesla after 18 years yesterday. I'm so thankful after work and learn from the countless incredibly talented people at Tesla over the years. I love tackling near every problem we solved as a team and felt gratified. Just want to see what he's saying here. And felt gratified tackling everything and felt gratified to have contributed to the mission of accelerating the transition to sustainable energy, a mission that I am quite passionate about. I also have a warm spot for the people of Tesla and the Tesla products in my heart and wish the team and the company the best in the future. He could be, you never know. He could be like 60 and wanted to spend more time with his family too. Thanks for everything you've done for Tesla. Few have contributed as much as you. And look, it looks like it was amicable. So it doesn't seem to be a bad thing for the stock. It seems okay. When you look at it, people have to go. People move on, man. Right? At one point, people move on. So Bitcoin sitting at 64,000. And look, it is attempting to make this inverted head and shoulder now. You see? See how we do this? Now let's look at the moving averages. You pull away from the 21, you get above, and then you usually can pump all the way back up to the 200 SMA. If you get above this high volume node, you can pump all the way back up to 65.5. I wouldn't be, this looks like an inverted head and shoulder that's about to break to the upside. So let's take a look. See, this is how, before I was a trader, there's no way I could have done this. I couldn't have given you the short and then found the reversal. I'm super good at doing this now. We do it all the time. And nothing means it's going to happen. I have to tell you this. An experienced trader knows that anything is possible at any moment in time in the market. The market could do anything it wants at any moment in time. You have to understand these concepts. All right? At any given moment in time. Shoulder, head, bit of a fancy little right shoulder there. Not amazing, though. I'm not in love with it. And honestly, I see more of it what is a symmetrical triangle, which has a 50-50 pattern of breaking up or down. I know in the back of my mind that 4 hour is still pending on us and wants to dump. So whenever I'm even trading the 1 minute, in my mind, I'm closing my eyes and I'm seeing that 4 hour. And I know that 4 hour wants to come from me. You see? But I like this inverted. There's a 68% chance we break to the upside here based on the pattern alone. So you enter right here and the target would take you to about 64,365. I'm going to get rid of all these other crazy lines I got going on for you and just square this away for you. So you have to take into account that it could be a symmetrical triangle, but there was a bullish divergence here on the 1 minute chart. The bullish div is the liquidations. Let me show you the liquidations live on the chart where the actual divergence was so you can understand this concept. See that? Here's your low. There's your secondary low. There's your low. There's your secondary low. This is a liquidation. BOOKMAP will teach you this. That's why I teach you guys BOOKMAP, because I want you to see what's happening behind the scenes so you don't just understand, I'm drawing divergence, but what is divergence? Okay? If your Trezor isn't grounded properly, you could lose that info. What are you talking about, Mike? Could you explain more? I think you put it in a Faraday cage, right? Isn't that possible? Honestly, but even if your Trezor goes down the tubes, it doesn't matter because it's all about your seed phrase, bro. So you're not making any sense to me. I could take my Trezor and throw it off a boat. That's what I tell people. You could have $10 million on your Trezor. Okay? You could be on a cruise ship. You could be like, hey, look at this. And then you could throw it off the cruise ship. A whale could swallow it and it could disappear into nothingness. You could get off the cruise ship at your next location. Go to, Trezor.com, order a new Trezor, and then say restore from seed phrase. And all your money would be there. Your Trezor is just a window into what you have on the blockchain. Don't you understand? Your Trezor is just a window for what you have on the blockchain. It's all about the seed phrase. Doesn't matter the hard wallet. Amen, John Ploney. Amen. It's all the same. It doesn't matter. Your wallet is just a window into what you own on the blockchain. Your 12-word seed phrase is the way to get to it. All right. A whale eating your Trezor. I love it. Yeah, a whale will eat it up because the whales like coins, right? So the whale's going to eat your Trezor. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. I'm sorry. Hey, it's a whale of a tale. Why don't we cruise on into another moment? Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. It reminds me of Egg Day. Who here was here for Egg Day? The infamous Egg Day when I couldn't get an egg and I wilded out. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? What a lovely life I live. My wife is amazing. God bless her for putting up with me every day. Imagine putting up with my intensity every day. Oh my God. She is a saint. I do love her and I lavish her with beautiful things and I make sure she's happy. But man, she is a saint. She puts up with I am an intense man. I'm a nice guy. I'll be honest. But I am intense. Sounds like it was exciting day. Yeah, everyone having a whale of a time on the Lifer Show. Moby's Trezor, you're funny. How could you survive that, right? You're going a little overboard. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. I don't mean to go overboard here. I wish you would DM me that so I could have used it myself. You know what I mean? You're getting more witty than me on the stream. I might have to time you out. I don't want to, but I might have to. You know what I mean? Nobody can be funnier than me on my own stream, dang you. Double these likes, people. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 1,900 people on the live. Look at the inverted head and shoulder getting the pump to the upside that we talked about. I still gave you the symmetrical because there's a chance, but we did get above the 200 SMA. We got above the point of control. This should be the false move Monday reversal here. Back to the upside. Again, if we get back above 65.5, it's okay. It's okay. Cool it with the boat jokes. That ship has sailed. Oh my gosh, right? And now I'm going to think of some other ones, right? Don't buoy me. Don't buoy me over. I'm just getting silly. No, but we really need to stay anchored in this market, okay? You know, we need to stay anchored no matter what happens, right? And there's a whole wave of money coming in, we hope, right? That's fine. I'm Noah. I'm the funniest. You're funny. I was sunbathing on the beach and Greenpeace tried to push me back into the water. So funny. Sold the fear and capitalized on the long. Now they FOMO back in. Too funny. Yeah. So you got like the symmetrical triangle vibe here now. It looks like we did break out, but look, the 1 hour's overbought. Let's look at our 7 minute. Attempting to get a reversal here back to the upside of the 7 minute after that nasty dump down. And if you're just jumping on into the channel, I'm on the 1 minute chart. I don't always sit on it, but you kind of want to guide us throughout the whole stream here. Most people are riveting here with me. We got 2,000 people here, really. Look, you got a gap in the VRRP. It says we're likely going up. Once you get above the point of control, if you lose the point of control and you get back above it, it's very likely you close the gap. I see 65,400 coming, right? And again, this still could be the bearish retest. We could come and bearishly retest this light white line. What is that white line? It's this line here of this bear flag. And we would hit it and we would do a bearish retest and continue to the downside. That looks highly probable, but only time will tell. So look, we broke out. We bullishly retested. We came for more. We got above the POC. I see a move all the way back up to 65,400 for Bitcoin. All right. Now, if we get back above the 200 SMA, that would be an even beautiful thing. That means we could get all the way back up to about 67.5. There's a chance we do get a move to the upside. I did buy the fear today. You know, I bought a little bit of fear. You got to buy the fear. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index, though. It's still too greedy. I don't understand how it's still sitting at 74. And extreme greed last week at 76. So it's saying, hey, usually you come down into here when we dump. If we go all the way to 52,000, it would make sense to me. It would be max pain. And people would bug out. This channel is awesome. Shout out to Adrian2323. We love you. We appreciate you. And we care about you so much, man. And we love you. I live in love every single day of my life. I'm telling you right now. I tell my kids I love them 100 times a day. I kiss them and I give them so much affection and joy. My mother and father told me they love me every day of my life, all the time. My mom told me she loved me all the time. My mom and dad died this year. My mother died on Thanksgiving. My dad died May 1st. The 1 year anniversary of my father's death is coming. And it's going to be the day I move into my new home in Florida. Sometimes it hits you so hard, even though you know you're going to God, even though you know that you're going to see your parents again in this beautiful, everlasting life. It's still tough as a human to miss your parents. You know what I mean? Especially if they were good to you. And everyone told me the pain you hold is the love they gave you. The pain you hold is the love they gave you, bro. And I keep them here every day on my heart, on my live stream. My dad's nickname was Finn. My mom's nickname was Daisy. My dad was Irish. My mom has the daisy leaf, right? And my team made this for me. And I keep it every day right below me there. So if you ever wondered what that dove was, what was happening, that's my mom and dad. They will always be on my live stream forever. They will always have a place here. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. But it's been a tough year for me. And each and every one of you have made it through with me. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm shaking it off, baby. I'm shaking it off. Right? I'm feeling good. I'm going to smell lemons. They say lemons are a natural positive effect. I feel better already. Look at that. Let's have some lemon water. Let's put the past beside us. I'm moving to beautiful sunny Florida in 2 weeks. I can't believe it. Sarasota, here I come, baby. I'm ripping up those. I'm gonna be windsurfing. I'm gonna be doing it all, man. I'm so excited, and you should be too. I think it's gonna make me. It's gonna help me heal from the death of my parents. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. So I'm sketched out by price action the last few days. I'll be in and out. Like I might even take that. I'd be in this inverted and take that right there. I try to be quick with it. No, I am quick with it. Forget the word try. You got to be quick with it. So look, this is like a rising wedge now, though. You see that? And you're overbought on the stochastics. And see here, look, you're whatever bounce, you fall through. And you came right there. Look, that bounce area here. So let me zoom in here for you and show you this because it's important. So that was the resistance right there. Right? Bounce. So we came right there. We couldn't get above. I told you to be careful. Right? So these are, I just want you to understand that concept there. How small and subtle that is, but how strong it was. Supportive resistance is so key, everybody. If you're not using supportive resistance, you're going to miss out on massive moves. You're going to be missing out on massive moves, okay? But look, you have a low. Now, for the rest of the day, I'm going to go on a limb here and tell you that that was our daily low. It was likely our daily low. What do you think, Master Friend? Where's Master Friend when you need him? Was that our daily low, friend? Was that our daily low? Shout out to Master Friend of the house. If you're out there, we love you. He may not be, he's West Coast time, so he doesn't always catch the stream on the perfect time because, hey, man, it's like 8:30 in the morning where he's at. How do we KYC on MEXC? You have to get yourself an RNS ID. All right? You got to go to RNS ID and check it out, rns.id. I'll send you a link if you need it. But here you go. Get yourself a Palau ID and KYC. You will have facial recognition there. You will have to move your face around. And you're going to be doxing yourself. I'm telling you right now. You're basically telling governments that you're with it and you want to be doxed. So I just want, I'm dumb hiding. You know what I mean? I'm not here to hide nothing, so it is what it is. RNS ID for UK, asking for a friend. Yeah, super chat say, thank you for all your hard work and discipline. Thank you for saying that. Shout out to Zap Biz. We appreciate you for your third super chat on the live. Let's take a look at the fan funding today. Just dropped in to say, wayo. Love you, brother. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Appreciate you, my friend. So I'm looking for the move. I'm staying strong in the long. That divergence is strong. Nice, beautiful. And then we got a bit of a, it's not a perfect cup and handle, but it resembles our cup. So let me show you what I'm saying. There's our handle. Sammy cup and handy to the upside. All right. I actually wanted to see that other guy, the different ways to use the cup and handle. I'm going to review that today. I think I do it like instinctively, but I want to find out what he's talking about. Okay. I still believe there's massive opportunity in this market, everybody. I'm telling you. And RWA is going to be it's going to be like 100, it could be $100 billion. I mean, some people say it could be $10 trillion or something crazy. It can get to some huge market cap by 2030, which is only like 6 years from now. You know what I mean? And you got to have some ONDO, which is the top. It's the big one in the game at 1.3 billion. What I love about the space is it doesn't have a lot of $1 billion coins. So it's amazing. Look, I bought some Goldfinch today. You saw me jump on in. So what you do is you research these and you just got to find ones that speak to you. Bosun's hot. We are in our trade too as well. I got a bag on that. All right. So I sprinkle in from the lows to the highs. I use it. Bricken's also on my radar as another one that you may want to grab. The point is, I'd rather have 4 strong positions and have like 10 grand in each of them than have 10 of them and have $4 grand in each of them, right? So I picked Rilio I picked token. You eventually got to find out what you're going to be in. So you got to pick the narrative, and then you got to pick the coins. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is what I do. This is what I did. All right? And then some of them are just too sketch. Like that CRE's really sketch with $39,000 in volume. Like, you know what I mean? It's funny, this new one, Ocean with an S, is interesting to me. With a $1.2 million market cap. But yeah, so I went through all these, and I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of balance it out. So I got ONDO on the radar. I've been getting into ONDO for like 6 months now, though. That's not new. I got Montreal a long time ago. I actually own this coin. I started buying this coin like 3 years ago in the bear market. XDC we've traded on and off. We know Polymash. Centrifuge we've traded on and off. Goldfinch was new. And this thing has a, very small market cap for where it could go. I like what Goldfinch could do, so I added it. I like Profi too. I wanted Profi, but I just had to cut. I couldn't get it all. You see, at one point, you have to pick which ones you want. So instead of Profi, I went for TokenFi. TokenFi had a little smaller of a market cap than Profi, so I went for TokenFi. Alliance Block, this NXRA is also going to be probably pretty big too. All right. Hi-Fi Finance I wanted, but I can't own every single coin, right? Eventually, you got to have to LTO's been hot. This was a hot coin in the last rally. It was hot. So, and then I got R-Trade as my dark horse, like the tiniest. This is like the smallest market cap. I like Bricken too, and Bricken was just a little too small for me at $19 billion market cap. But Bricken might be, I still might, and then UBXS is also another one that kind of, like Landshare is another one that I kind of want to grab, I know which hot, and I can't buy it all. That's the problem. So eventually you got to hone on in and take what you can get. All right. Funny, TIA, not to be confused with Celestia. That's a different coin altogether. I just want to make that clear. All right. And remember, Monday is not my favorite day to trade. I am giving you live trades that played out on a Monday, but it's still not the best day to be trading. All right, let's remove the moving averages here and see how this cup and handle is holding up here. And what you're hoping is the 1 minute stochastics have reset, which they did without losing a lower high. That's a beautiful thing. So stochastics teach me when the higher low has likely been made. You understand? Look, that's a Sammy cup and handy to the upside. That is ripping. Dude, that is the money printer. Master friend, money printer. Look at it. The 786. Bang! Can we break this high now to the upside? Where's my master friend when I need him? No, I'm just joking. You know what it is? I just appreciate all the beautiful people in my life. And Master Friend's just an awesome person in my life, man. I just like everyone that helps me move and helps me grind. Right? What do you think about Pokemon and AI tech? I think Pokemon's kind of weird, man. I'm not into it. I like AI tech a lot. All right? I like AI tech a lot. All right, and you will never be on my channel again. This guy right here, Devil D, you will be removed forever. I'll see you later, man. You'll never be able to speak again. The second someone's negative to me, I remove them from my life, man. I can't handle negative energy. I just can't. I don't like it. I really, really dislike it. And so once someone's negative to me, they're gone. Like, I don't even have a second for them. It's over. I apologize, man. I love you, and I really hope I could learn and be nice to you, but I just can't, man. I can't. I had to cut you off. Yeah. I should even have mentioned it, honestly, but I want people to understand that that's how serious it is. Like, I have 15 years of trading knowledge, and I'm giving it away to you, and the least you could do is respect me. You know what I mean? And not call me names and swear at me. You know what I mean? Could be a nice thing to do, you know? Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I was zoomed in. I get it. He was frustrated, but there was a better way to do that, right? So he just taught me to not use profanity and be a better person. So thank you for what he did for me, because I know I could be better at all times, and I can work on myself. So, hey, all right. What's your point of view about Brett? I love eliminating negative people like bugs in a zapper. Yeah, it's great. It's just like bling. It gets easier to do as you do it. Like, you get really good at it. See, when I was like, I don't know what I was, possessed by the devil, or I don't want to say possessed by the devil, but I definitely had the devil in my, and again, you don't have to be evil to be possessed by the devil. He can break you down and make you think you're a nothing person. Like, he made me think I was nothing. I used to sit in a one-bedroom apartment depressed. I spent a lot of my 20s just kind of like, I don't know, man, trying to figure out where my head was at. It was tough. I went through a lot of mental pain and anguish. And, cutting negative people out of my life was the biggest step to change in my life, right? And I only want cheerleaders around me, man. And again, I don't want yes, man. I want people to give it to me straight. Like, I have friends that tell me the truth. But, when it comes to people in my life, man, I just want the most positive people that are willing to move, right? Negative energy is infectious. Get it far away from it as you can. And I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings here today, but I went to my dentist. I told him I was moving to Florida, and he said, man, he whispers to me, he goes, if I could get out of here, I could. He goes, this place is toxic. Toxic, right? Then I went and bought rugs at Macy's yesterday, and the dude was super cool. He talked about his dad, how his dad lived in West Palm Beach, how they went back and forth. The guy who sold me the rugs was such a nice guy. I really liked him. And I was happy to give them commission. You know what I mean? I said to the guy, you making commission today? I said, well, you know what? I work 7 days a week, so you can make commission. You know what I mean? Like, so I can spend money here. And that's another thing. When you work really hard, other people get paid off of what you do. Right? So, you go to a Cadillac dealership. That guy makes a commission when you buy a Cadillac. Right? You spread the love, man. You spread your wealth around. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing to do. Like, it feels good, in my humble opinion. I like it. So, I don't mind spending my money especially when it helps other people, man. Right? When I go to the restaurant, I tip big. It's just how I am. I'm going to tip big because I believe that you tip big to help other people. You know why you tip big? It's funny. Yesterday, I tipped big. And I'm not trying to brag about the tipping, so I'm not going to say how much I tipped, but I tipped pretty big, like over 50% on the bill or something, right? Again, you're going to bet he's bragging again, but listen, I want to tell you the story. So I tipped and my wife looked at me and she's like, oh, you always do that. And I said, you know what? I said, if the waitress believes in God and she sees that tip, it's going to make her feel so amazing. And she's going to have this better feeling throughout her day. And I said, and that's what this tip is about, right? So look what happened. The waitress came. It was so big, she thought it was a mistake. She thought I made a mistake. This happens to me a lot. I tip so big, the waitresses come back and think it's a mistake. And I feel embarrassed because then they call out the tip and I don't mean to be. You know what I mean? And so she's like, is this real? Like, is this real? And I was like, yeah. I said, for sure. I said, you know what? I said, I had a beautiful day. I just bought a bunch of furniture for my house. I said, things are going well for me. I just, and I said, and I believe in God. And I just think, and she goes, you know what? Before I left the house today, I prayed, God, send me good people that send me good tips, And she's like, my prayers were answered already today. Like, you guys were like only halfway through my shift. And like, I gave her a hug, dude. And it was like an amazing experience. I'm such a Sally, guys. I'm such a Sally. But I love everybody, man. I got such a big heart, And I just want to see if I get to do what I want to do with my life. I want to see other people get to do what they want to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come I get to travel the world, do what I want? You know what I mean? So, and again, you got to work really hard for it. Nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody's going to give it to you, man. You know what I mean? Come on down again, Bitcoin, so that 100K dreamers realize that that's a dream. And yes, forget to shower. Wow. 100K is a dream for Bitcoin, huh? Yikes. And maybe, you never know, man. God is real. Positive is peace. Amen. 900K order cost me $1,000. Yikes. I like that you're putting in a 900K order, though. Need more people like this in the world, bro. Are you a Cancer or a Gemini? I'm an Aries, man. I'm an Aries. What about your wife? Is she giving a bit of, when she's moody, do you get, my wife is pregnant, man. She can be as moody as she wants. You know what I mean? 100K Bitcoin ain't a dream. It's happening this year. I like my man. Look at this. We got battles on the dreaming. You know what I mean? This is a beautiful story. Life for God is great. God is beautiful. I didn't expect her to bring up God and talk about how she prayed that morning. But I told my wife that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And then when it happened, I said, babe, this is the whole point. You know what I mean? Light never brags. It shines. Lifer, you're the GOAT, man. Shout out to Chris Ghost, man. I love you, bro. That's super nice of you to do, man. I do get subconscious about what I talk about sometimes, and people attack me. You know what I mean? I see why you're married. Chainlink, best spot buying. You're the man, Sammy. Love you, Sammy. Keep up with the good vibes. Sam, what is your symbol for Bitcoin on BookMaps? Oh, you want to load up your bookmap the right way? Let's have some fun and do that for you. We're struggling now. Look, the rising wedge wants to break to the downside. Bitcoin has to keep this higher low here. Very important. We break this higher low, we are going a lot further down. What's your measured move? I mean, this could be a bear flag. I take this as your, the length of the pole because we had a little bit of a flag there, and then this continues. And that does suggest we go lower. You have to remember that that 4 hour is still looming on us. It's kind of sad because we're dumping a lot and we're just getting started in the stochastics, which usually means a bigger dump is coming. I have to be honest. It usually means a bigger dump is coming when the stokes are this high and you've already had a red candle that big. I get back to the 1 minute chart here. It's Monday, man. They'll make you think it's going up or down every 5 seconds. That's why I do not trade Mondays, dude. I trade Monday nights when things start to settle off and we got a better idea of what's happening. But this does look like the money printer, man. Because we're above this POC, we should come and close the gap. All right. Thank you for the love. I feel it, and it's making us better. JSoul84, I thought about you today. Man. And because you tweeted at me, and then I went to your tweet, I went to your Twitter, and I looked at your Twitter, right? And I have this photographic memory of some type of car, right? Was it JSoul84? Isn't that what it is? This is you right here, right? Yeah, there's the car there. I saw this car. And, you retweeted what I put out, and that meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? It meant a lot to me. And then I saw how much you retweet us and how much you support me and Master Friend and everybody. And, I just want to take a time out to talk about my man here, JSoul84. We had another guy in my group called JSoulé. He was an older guy. Things got really weird at one point. I thought you were him for sometimes, but I don't think it is. So follow JSoul today. I'll follow him too. And I don't follow a lot of people, right? You don't want to follow a lot of people when hey, you're my 500th follower, man. And let's get these followers up, babe. Let's bombard Twitter today and get us to 27,000. We know we can get 200 more people here and boom us up to the upside. Let's do it. And I said I was going to go live, and I said I was going to buy some coins today on the live stream, right? So let's take a look at what coins you guys were talking about buying. All right. Look, my account went up $27,000 when I woke up this morning. Had I panic sold? Not happening. So today on my stream, I'm going to put 9K into the market, USD into the market live. What coins do you think I should DCA into or add to? Come and watch me move capital. Show you what my plan is for massive gains later in the bull run. No fear at all, right? Brokey, going places. We all need a plan. I suggest you plan to deploy some of that 9K into Brokey. Is Brokey something, you think Brokey makes me think of Andrew Tate, right? Don't be a Brokey, right? I think that thing will go high. Think about it. Like everyone knows Brokey Inu. I like it already. King of RWA, RIO. See, he knows what's up. Right? So we got a lot of Brokey hitting us up. We got GFI, Arrow, and Ondo. That's what I'm looking at. I already got bags of Arrow. Pal AI is another one. Definitely wouldn't miss coming into Pal. I like that. And wow, the Brokey team went hard on me. Funny. MFer, this guy talked about. Block, Defend AI, Defend. They're integrating snaps and browser extensions is live. 8 years plus, Cisco AI expert on it. Literally McAfee for crypto. If you care about security, then look no further than Block. Dude, that's interesting. Open that in a new tab. See, this is why I get all the skinnies just by my Twitter account. Having a known Twitter account is so powerful and valuable. Look at all these. But Brokey went hard on me. Oh my God. We got MFer. Wow, Brokey just took over. Those are all bots, right? Those are all the bots that they deployed. Mr. Finance is not a real person, is it? You know what I mean? Wow, they went hard on me. They just took over. It's all Brokey. Jeez Louise, they went in on me. I wanted to get more coins than Brokey. Wow. And how many comments did we get there? 456 comments. That's absolutely absurd. I put this out this morning. That's out of control, but a lot of them were bots for Brokey. Like 350 of them, probably. Like 100 of you guys. It's sad because I wanted to be able to see which more coins. But we did find this new coin, Defend, which is interesting. Buy Solana and Moon will be a very good idea. MFer. People like this MFer coin. All right. I'm not a fan of what it is, but, So, wow, we went up, we went down again playing games. And they just, and now look, the 1 minute curving. The 7 minute kind of an indecision. The 50 minute still has legs, wants to pump to the upside. Says it's oversold and getting a bounce here. There's a chance we don't break this low. and we hold the zone here. So all eyes are watching this like rising wedge, somewhat of a cup and handle here to the upside, to the upside, to the upside. And you can see why I don't trade Mondays. Look at the insanity here. Up, down, up. Look at the chop right now. Down and up, down and up. Now, what we did is we found the short. We called the short to the downside. We then found the bullish divergence on the 1 minute, which stopped the pain. I can teach you how to stop the pain. I can teach you exactly when to get out of the short. I showed you exactly when to stop the short for now. Now, you could get back into the short, but the key is this is where the short actually halts, right? And I can teach you this every single day. We do this all the time. So if this is your new time, who's here new on the channel? Who do we got new on the channel? Put a 1 in the comment section if this is your first day. So represent by 1. Put a 1 in the comment section if you've never been here before, but you're excited, you want to keep learning. I want to know who you are. I want to find out who these new people are here on the channel. Shout out to Stophicus. Shout out to John. Shout out to Jaden. Wow, we got a lot of new people here on the channel. Unbelievable. That is inspiring. That is absolutely inspiring. New one here. Love you already. Shout out to newest Rebello. We love you, Lewis. You're my brother. I love people, man. And so it's easy for me to connect to people. It's easier for me. I'm a likable guy. You're a likable person. Let's hang out. You know what I mean? So low, high, high or low must stay intact, right? And again, there's a lot of days I'm going to show you, what I believe is going to happen to the market, but I don't know. I just go on probability. I didn't like that this just happened right here. That's no good. If we needed to stay in this flag to really remain bullish, we did not. And so now I'm back to this idea that you're going to dump even further to the downside here for Bitcoin. That target is 63,320. And again, once you lose this level here, it's likely, and then look, you losing this point of control, you're going to drop to the value area lows. And once you close a candle, even on the 1 minute below 64.2, it's likely you're going to drop all the way back down to 63.3. So this divergence was strong, but look, it couldn't get us back above the key resistance at 64,784, 64,800. We had to get back above that level to remain bullish. Super important. You just put me on. I'm going to try to figure out what he's saying. Auction market theory. What moves the market? All right. Auction market theory is a cornerstone of order flow trading. Applying auction market theory to your analysis of the markets will help remove noise and doubts. Auction market theory is a philosophy that financial markets move higher and lower due to imbalances between buyer and seller aggression caused by the market events until price discovers a level where aggression is balanced and the most trade can be facilitated. Fair value. I mean, this is ICT concepts, man. This is what I'm doing when I'm showing you bookmap. I'm showing you order book and order flow. Very similar. Imbalances, right? That's what fair value gaps are. That's what ICT really does. You know what I mean? That's why you have discovery, fair value gaps, right? So look, fair value, mean reversion. This is basically an ICT concept, man, in my humble opinion. The VRVP will help you do that regardless, and the charts will tell you what's going to happen. You don't realize it. You almost don't need that theory if you just stick to patterns. Because look, whether an inverted head and shoulder breaks up or not has nothing, will play out. Now, yes, you could use the auction market theory if you want. See, what I did is I learned all the things about the markets. Then I learned that the math represents those things. So I learned if you go back to the math, you can play it either way. So you can learn all that stuff if you want. And I'm not saying it's detrimental. I think it actually helps, and you'll learn, and you'll have a better understanding. You'll be able to talk to other traders in a better way. You'll sound more intelligent. But honestly, a guy that knows none of that and just knows how to trade the patterns may trade just as well, if not better than you. So, yeah. And for instance, like a massive divergence in the 4 hour, that shows you what you're trying to figure out by using auction market theory. You get it? The math will show you before a lot of that stuff. Major dump, then major pump. That's what everyone keeps saying. It's not that easy just to repeat what everyone else says. You know what I mean? The key is this is your low, this is your high. You need to put in a higher low here to remain bullish. Because that divergence was so strong in the 1 minute, and we've seen this many times on a Monday, that looks like our daily low. All right? Shout out to Master Friend enjoying time with one of his good friends he hasn't seen in a long time. What's your friend's name, man? Let me shout him out. Let me give him a shout out. If it's okay. Some people don't want to be doxxed in any way, shape, or form. But if he has a nickname, maybe. Yo, shout out to my man, Ryan. Ryan, I hope you're going to enjoy that new whip that you got from Master Fran, man. And, take care of it. If you take care of it, that thing will last. All right? That thing will last. And you're going to enjoy it, man. And I'm happy that, that could happen between you two guys. That's a really awesome thing. Whenever you can help somebody else out, you do it when you can, especially your friends, man. So, shout out to Ryan, baby. We love you, Ryan. We appreciate you. And, yeah. Keep dropping gems on us. Thank you, Lifer. Ryan, change the oil, said Swish651. That's so funny. So we're in a broadening falling wedge. You see this? Which can be a flag. Let's get rid of the moving averages for you. All right. So here's the deal. If we can't get back above 64,761, expect more downside. Let's take a look at what BookMap is suggesting too as well. That we go lower to 63,000. And then we have this massive dump here all the way down to 58 and 59K. Which then could lead to that Fibonacci level at 52,000, right? So BookMap is suggesting that we do go lower. Someone asked how to add BookMap. You go up here. First of all, you have to go to connections. You have to add BookMap data and click on that connection, all right? But first you have to configure the connection. So you hit configure. You go here. You find out what it is. So if it's BookMap data, you hit BookMap data, bang, and then it will get added here, okay? So you pick it and you add it, all right? So you can add a connection. Once the connection is added, all right, you have it here. So you go to connections and you click on BookMap data. You click on that. I also have the S&P future here, or the S&P futures here. S&P says we're going higher. Said that there's going to be a move to the upside on the S&P. You can see there's liquidity up at 51,900, 5190. It says we're going to do 20 pips or 13 pips to the upside there, right? Is that a pip? I don't trade pips, so but Sam, would you take 30% haircut on your alts or hang in there? I mean, it depends on what you're doing, man. I'm in pretty, a lot of my coins are still up big because I got into the bear market. So I may be in a different situation than you. You know what I mean? So I really can't answer that question for you. I'm not doing that. No. I'm in for the long haul, man. I really am. I either get convicted. Yeah. Don't get pipped out there. You're funny. Learned a lot. Thanks for teaching us. Amen. So then you go here and you click the click sign, and then you find BookMap data because you added it. You'll have it here. If you didn't add it to configuration, you won't be able to find it here. Once you hit BookMap data, you find perp, multi-book, and then type in BTC, right? And grab the Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKX right there. Bang, bang, bang. And then you're ready to go. All right? And subscribe. 1 hour local, 1 cloud with the historical data. All right? And that's how you deploy BookMap the proper way. It does suggest you go lower based on the liquidity below us. BookMap shows you where the biggest orders are. Bitcoin likes to go to those big orders. 58,000 looks like a likely level for BTC. All right. Woke up to find 5,000 worth of crypto gonzo. Don't use Ascendex to trade. Really? Ascendex scammed you? Are you serious? I've never used it, but I just, I don't like any of that stuff. What's your prediction on Bitcoin price having? Another thing I want to tell you, everybody, I don't care what exchange you're using. I don't care if it's Coinbase, right, which has been around for a long time. I would put at least 70% of my crypto on a hardware wallet. So if they go down, you lose 30% of your net worth. You don't lose it all. I know we all know trade. I know we want to keep some funds because we go in and out, and you see me have funds, right? But remember, all my Bitcoin hardware wallet, all my big time calls hardware wallet, my Solana hardware wallet, my Chainlink hardware wallet, right? My Atom, you know what I mean? All the things. And sometimes I give up APY. I'll be honest. A lot of times, sometimes I will give up interest to keep it on a hardware wallet. Now, Cardano is one of the few coins that I can actually stake while on a hardware wallet. All the coins should let me do that. And there are some ways to connect your hardware wallet to your Mexi account, your MetaMask, and then do it. But if you sign the wrong contract and you're already in, it really doesn't help. So, in my humble opinion, much love to you all. I have to step away for the charts. Got to unplug and get a mental reset. Thanks for what you do, Lifer. Anytime, man. Anytime. I take naps throughout the day. I take walks into nature. I extrapolate myself from the charts throughout the day. I try to make my one day into a lifetime, right? So a little bit of, I try not to get overwhelmed in the day. You can only imagine me. I do so many charting. Sometimes my mind turns to mush. You know what I mean? And if I let my mind turn to mush, then I might not be perfect on that day. And that's another reason why I can't drink alcohol. For me personally, it's another reason why I have to push. I have to work out every day because you guys depend on my mind. And my mind's got to be right. You know what I mean? Like, my mind's got to be right. And so I owe it to each and every one of you to keep myself at optimal health. And so this channel has made me a more disciplined person because I show up in front of all you and I can't be a clown. You know what I mean? Even though some people think I am, right? I use the hardware wallet to send and receive only just to be safe. Amen. One day at a time, pretty neat said. Yeah. The attempt shakeout, classic. Yeah, look, they tried to get you out here now. Now, once you break above this key level here, we're going to the upside. Now, you saw me, I bought some Bitcoin. I bought some altcoins. I deployed about, $5,000 worth of capital. And shout out to MEXC, link to MEXC. If you want to jump into MEXC, to me, you won't find a better place, all right, than MEXC. And let's just take a look at MEXC. If it's applicable in your area, in your territory, if you get yourself a KYC with an RNS ID, like I gave you the link already. And look, if you get the MXC token, you get 0 spot maker and taker fees. 0. You pay nothing to get in and out on spot. And what's a maker and a taker? If you make the limit order and you basically create the order and put it out and it gets filled below price, you have to put your order below price and it hits, you become a maker. But if you just grab whatever and you mark it in, or you limit above, you know what I mean? You become a taker. You will pay 0 fees if you hold the MEXC token and you're a maker. It's just like you can't do that. No other exchange does that. Again, seems to be going to be true. That's why I always tell you, keep your hardware wallet, keep your money on a hardware wallet, please. And KYC, so at least they can have your face and you could sue them if you had to, right? Or get a class action lawsuit or something like that, like they did to FTX, right? Again, it will take you years to get your money. Majority of your money should be kept safe off of the exchange. I just want to keep repeating this over and over again. All right. You do have to hold about 2,000 MX tokens, I believe, at the price of it's $10,000. It's a lot now. At the time, it used to be $1, though. You could have bought them when the exchange first came out. And the MEXC token is ripping. It's out of control. It's actually one of the hottest things right now. If you take a look at MX USDC, the MEXC token is absolutely ripping to the upside. We put it out here on this flag, and it boomed. 53% gains, and it's still holding about a 539. This thing, and then we put out this coin. We put it out here, too, when it made this giant shoulder, head and right shoulder, tight moving averages at 262. That was just in the end of March. So in 2 weeks, this coin has gone from $2 all the way up to almost 6 beans. I mean, this has been a huge move. 113% gains in 2 weeks for this coin, right? No, actually, sorry, in a month. Sorry, March. I looked at the 24th. I meant in a month, right? In a month and 10 days, too. So in a month and a half, it's been up. Sorry. Excuse me for misspeaking there. All right. Can you show the 1 minute chart? Of course I can. I always do. And now look, the 1 minute resistance, and that's going to either make a right shoulder or beginning to dump us. Begin to dump us to the downside. Oof. What a day to be alive over here, huh? 11:55 in the morning. I can't believe it that we made it through the stream. So, am I long or am I short right now? I'm not going to trade either way. If we can't get back above 64,800, I expect more downside. All right. Remember the crocodile of Wall Street. I do not know who that is. Can I trade on MEXC without KYC? I don't believe so. Not anymore. You used to. Mobile wallets and devices are no good. You can get drained just by pushing a wrong button on a website. That's how they drained my Trust wallet. 27K. Yeah. I'm 100% about using MetaMask on your mobile device. You can't see what you're doing. And you go confirm and you'll be with friends and family. Oh, no way. I stay off trading on the phone, man. I need to see. I have 6 monitors in front of me right now. Like, everyone thinks this is a picture of what I actually look at right here. This is what I'm really looking at. I just keep the screens behind me in blurry status, right? But that's really my setup. My setup is 1 monitor here, 4 monitors in front of me, and 2 monitors on either side. So they're kind of like, but it's for streaming. And see, I need a streaming, because I need to see the chat. I need to see BOOKMAP. I need to see the chart. I need to see a lot of things all at once, right? You can trade MEXC with no KYC till April 30th. Okay. Out for the day, Sam. Thank you for everything that you do. Peace and love to you. Shout out to Misty Plains. We love you. That wallet is compromised. What wallet? I hate when people... I got drained of a Trust Wallet for $30K as well. Hundreds of people messaged me on the Reddit. Same thing happened. Jenny Swanson. I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. You know what's funny? I never trusted Trust Wallet. How weird is that? Everyone would be like, I got Trust Wallet. I just use MetaMask, man. Right? And I when Trust Wallet came out, I don't know. It wasn't my thing. I tried. It's just a poor experience compared to the computer. Amen. Shout out to Jamie Zeno in the house. Everyone give Jamie a round of applause. Dude works tirelessly for the company. I love Tangem. Tangem is nice. You don't have to ever memorize a seed phrase, but you can't lose those cards. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I got a treasure thanks to you. That's awesome, man. Monday is opposite TA day, homie. Every time, baby. You prove your worth 1,000 times over. Help so many people, and your trading passion is contagious. No other trader works as hard. You're not afraid to show wins and losses. You're a good buy, Sammy. Shout out to Etienne, man. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for saying that. I really, really appreciate that, man. That means that is what I do this for every day. It's for compliments like that, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Why did you say Chainlink is going parabolic? Man, I can't. I shouldn't listen to you people, man. This is crazy talk, right? NFTMM. Yeah, like who? Yo, my man, I gotta call you out right now. Why are you saying Chainlink is going parabolic, bro? You just think that's like a statement, maybe? You know, Arculus is the best. I have an Arculus. I never use it though. Thanks, brother. I just lost 600K from a woman. I'm ready to climb the ladder again. I don't know what that means. Was it a divorce or something? I don't know. You're a truth. You made me so much money, and I thank you. Shout out to Adam the Psychic. I love you. You made yourself the money. You just got the education, man. I didn't make you any money. You made yourself that money. What type of microphone do you use? Dude, come on, man. Are you serious? Like, if you're not rocking the Shure SMB7, like you're clowning yourself as a YouTuber. Like, if you don't get the Shure SMB7, you're bugging out, right? So you either get the SMB7 or you're not in the club. Like this, everybody uses this. $400, bro. You know what I mean? When I see people not using this, I'm like, oh, they went budget friendly. Like what? You can get 129 market. You know. I also have a mixer here that's like $600. I spend over $1,200 to $1,500 on good audio. Yeah, my studio alone costs $30,000 or more. Probably 40 grand my studio to produce. You know, I got a $2,000 stand-up desk. I got the mixer. I got the mics. I got a $6,000 souped-up computer, really. $6,700, $7,000 computer, really. Multiple monitors, lighting, speakers. I buy the best XLR connections that I can. I pay more for those. You know, hubs. I got hard drives, backups, Stream Deck. I got more lighting behind me. I got a green screen, right? It doesn't end. Right? You know. I didn't realize I wasn't live right now. Hold on. But this is the Shure SMB7. If you're not getting the SMB7, you're playing yourself. And I'm gonna get this boom arm. I don't think I need the Shure headphones, though it's a little much. But I'm gonna get this better boom. This boom is like the one that everybody has. So my mic's gonna come down. When I get to Florida, my mic will come down like it's supposed to from the top. You know what I mean? But it may come into the screen here too, though. That might get in the way. I may actually want to keep this because I may not want top action. It depends. We'll see what happens. For a streamer, this is good because it keeps it low. So I may keep this arm. But this is like more of a budget arm. Squeaks a little bit there, right? Yeah, but it works great for me. But I probably will order this arm. All right. So Bitcoin went sideways flat all day long. A nice bullish div here on my indicator. A shoulder ahead and a right shoulder. We still held this low, that higher low. Interesting enough. And again, when these get tight, we pump up to the 200 SMA. Here's the deal. Watch the 1 minute. If the 1 minute keeps going sideways and the 200 comes into price like this, we're going to dump. If the 1 minute gets sideways and the 200 looms, we're going to pump up to it and close this gap with the VRVP. So far, this looks like our daily bottom on the day based off the bullish div, but only time will tell. Look how we found that. We told you when we were going to dump. We watched the dump. Then I flipped to the 1 minute. I saw the divergence. I started drawing this and I showed you exactly where the dump was done. And then we sat here watching it sideways for the last hour. I mean, to me, that's gold. Like, I showed you how to catch a reversal, basically, or how to find out where we may reverse, right? Where the higher probability of a reversal is. You never know what's going to happen, but you try the probabilities of what could happen, right? And that's it. Everybody, I'm out for the day. My kids are home from school, so I get to hang out with them, which is awesome. And I have so many boxes to pack. The moving company we here on the 22nd. And so I have 7 days, really less, almost less than that. And I gotta pack up my entire studio. That's the weirdest thing. And then go live from another place, you know, from my travel setup from my house. I'm bugging out. And then I have to do my travel setup from my house for like 4 days, 5 days. Then I fly to Florida. I have to miss my Sunday morning live stream. So we fly on a Sunday morning. So I'm gonna miss one live stream, my Sunday morning live. This is likely to pump up to the 200 SMA now. And this took time. You had to have faith in this. You have to have faith in the move, and it takes forever sometimes. Or it feels like it takes forever. We should pump up to this 200 SMA now. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Tight moving averages propelling us further to the upside. But only time will tell. We must get back above resistance at 64,800 to remain bullish. And look, now the inverted head and shoulder plays out. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is a cup and handle. You see it? Cup, Sammy cup and handy to the upside, and it explodes. Bang, bang, bang. Now we're making our move up to the 200 SMA. And now we're squeezing the shorts. Let's take a look at the shorts getting squeezed here on BOOKMAP. Probably my favorite thing to do is watch shorts getting squeezed. And there we go, a nice little short squeeze to the upside. Do we have any liquidity above us, though? We really don't. All the liquidity is below us. So they're either trying to spoof us and make us think we're going lower, or we are going lower. 9 out of 10 times, this isn't spoofing. We go to that level. So 58,000 is still on the table here. And if you never get back above 65.5, I mean, you got to get back above 65.5. You have to. That's just, you know, if you can't get, you know, and look right here, that resistance too. So we don't seem to get a lot of follow through for the bulls today. Up and down, but just still kind of flipping and flopping around. BOOKMAP suggests we go to $58,000. That's the biggest order block down there. So that's what we're looking at. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Let me jump back into the chat. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats that came my way. Okay, much love to you all. I'll step away for the charts. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the love. Light never brags, it shines. Lifer, you're the GOAT. Thank you. Just drop it to say, way yo. And not one altcoin asked today. That's different. You guys were learning. You were paying attention. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being here on the live. We had an amazing live stream. 824 likes. Can we get the likes to 1,000, please? If we just get 1,000 likes, it'll be really awesome. I know there's 1,500 people here and easily 176 people that can hit that like button. I know. I have faith that you all will do it, and we'll have 1,000 likes in a few minutes here. So, everyone, I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank you for your time. I hope you learned something today about divergences, inverted head and shoulders, support or resistance, why we shorted because the 7-minute lost to 200. Use this for the rest of your life. Whenever the 7-minute loses to 200, you're likely going to dump. It's a very simple concept. How did you find when we were going to stop dumping? We went to the 1 minute and we found the bullish divergence. So you learned a lot today. You got educated, and I had a good time doing what I do, teaching. All right. Let me show you one more time because when the 7-minute loses the 200 SMA, and we'll zoom in for you here if I can. So when the 7-minute loses the 200, which was this yellow line here, let's bring this out, which is this yellow line right here, you short the market. Then you watch the 1 minute till you find a divergence. Once you find the divergence, what is that? That's the RSI moving to the upside, right? While price action is moving to the downside. That's called bullish divergence. That's usually where you should be taking some profits out of the short and then observing the market. So I gave you how to play a short on the 7, how to get out on the bullish on the bullish div on the 1 minute, and that's an amazing concept. You can use that for the rest of your life. I mean, that's not going to, that knowledge will stay with you for the rest of your life, right? So remember, the things you learn, you keep forever, man. So people say, I don't want to pay $99 for the trading group, but you learn what I teach you, it stays with you forever, all right? Gall had a little pump, came back with Bitcoin. No love, though. Watch your altcoin today. Just be careful. And I'm DCAing into coins RWA that are going to be big in the next year. That's my assumption here for Bitcoin. All right. All right, and Bitcoin and Chainlink is not going parabolic. I don't know who said that, but that's not the case. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. And look at that shoulder, head, and shoulder that dumped right to the downside like it was supposed to. Now you lost a 4-hour 200 SMA. It's usually a bearish sign. Now look, you're losing the daily 200 SMA on Chainlink. Oh, that's nasty. That's horrible. Chainlink has really underperformed this market for a long time, man. And it was consolidating so nicely at 15. They're consolidating there for weeks on end. For 2 months, it stayed at 19. It's kind of weird, Chainlink. Really strange price action, in my humble opinion. Remember, look at that dip. We survived that dip. We survived that dip. We survived that dip. Every dip has been survived at one point or another, so. All right, everybody, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm gone for the day. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, well, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless each and every one of you. And thank you for your time. I really, really appreciate your time. Without your time, we don't have a show. So stay blessed, everybody. I'll see you in the trading group. If you want to jump into MEXC, join the trading group, or do anything fun like that, use our interactive links inside of the top pinned comment. CryptoLifer.com. Go to CryptoLifer.com and join today. Join today. Get the education you deserve at CryptoLifer.com. All right? You deserve that education from someone that shows up every single day. You deserve it. You should get it. Put your email address in here and hit consent, and also get our weekly newsletter twice a week. That'll blow your mind. And I'm out, baby. I'm out. Stay blessed. Over and out.